have fallen in love with the Starz series, or you are a fan of Diana Gabaldon. No matter what the case is, we are here today to talk about the Outlander TV series, and the source of it at that too, the books written by Diana Gabaldon herself. So stick around as we unveil some details about how the two connect, while also pointing out some differences that might interest some of you, and all you have to do is just sit back and enjoy. Introduction. As we mentioned a moment ago, Outlander is a novel written by Diana Gabaldon, which was originally published in 1991. The novel mixes several genres into one, a unique element which cannot be found in many works, including romance, historical fiction, fantasy, and adventure. The novel was a huge hit right from the start, selling millions of copies and receiving an award, the Romance Writers of America's Rita Award for Best Romance Novel. Outlander is now one of the best-selling book series of all time, and it was only until 2013 when the novel was adapted into a television series that debuted on Starz in 2013. Like the novels it is based on, the Outlander television series also has many fans and over 1 million viewers tuning in every week. So far, 5 seasons have debuted from the show, and the producers were bold enough to renew it for a 6th and 7th season too, which is always a good thing to hear. Thus, it is safe to say that Outlander is not going anywhere anytime soon. Both the series and the novel focus on the story of Claire Randall, a 20th century British nurse who travels back in time to 18th century Scotland, where she meets Highland warrior Jamie Fraser, who she nurses back to health and begins a passionate romance. A compelling story filled with drama, a bit of humor, and just a little more touch of twist along the way. Slowly but surely, we got to one of the most asked questions. Which version tells the story better, the books or the series? Well, it is more complicated than that. First off, those are two different types of storytelling, and as we continue, we will try to talk more about details between the series and the books, and let you decide for yourself what you will do. Watch the series or read the books. That seems fair, right? And without further ado, let's jump right in. Oh, and we should also mention that there will be some spoilers up ahead. Not a lot, but some spoilers, which might let you know some plot lines along the way, but nothing major. You are going to be fine.
Once, traveling at night, I fell asleep in the...
Is Outlander true to the books? There are plenty of differences between the Outlander books and the television series on Starz, which are based on the books. And since the 8 novels in the series add up to thousands of pages, and the audiobooks run hundreds of hours over the course of the series, it is impossible for the show to cover everything and have everything add up to the original material. So having some differences here and there will always be a good thing. Plus, an unknown twist along the way will always throw you off, right? Yes, some things have been left out and many others condensed. And just up ahead, we will also take a look at some of the most significant changes from the Outlander books to the Outlander series. Major differences between the books and the TV show. First off, Jamie and Claire characters. If you listen to the books and then watch the series, they might look a little different from what you have been picturing previously in your head. Diana wrote that Jamie had a large, muscular figure with red hair and dark blue eyes, while in the series, actor Sam Heughan has red hair. Some fans felt that it isn't red enough, and him not being as muscular as depicted in the novels. As for the actress portraying Claire, Caitriona Balfe is older than what Claire is supposed to be, and while her eyes are meant to be brown, Balfe's eyes are very much blue. However, like many other actors, both of them have embodied the characters of Jamie and Claire, and most fans today can't imagine the two being played by anybody else. Frank Randall, Claire's first husband, is probably one of the most different characters out of the main ones in the novels. He is very unlikable, so when Claire falls in love with him, her decision is very clear and understandable to others. The series, on the other hand, made Frank a more sympathetic character, and audiences even questioned Claire's decision to fall into a new relationship. One of the biggest changes can certainly be felt in Murtaugh's story, who, in the novel, dies in a battle very early, which is not the case in the series, where he is still much alive in the 5th season. This can also be seen as yet another focus of the series to derail the fans of the books, not knowing what to expect next. All in all, we can clearly see how many of the changes in the series were made, because the whole story in the novels themselves are told through Claire's point of view. Thus, everything that happens in the books is through her eyes. While on the other hand, the show has broadened up and we get much more details put in the story with the other characters. And at some points, we also get a narration from Jamie's point of view, which, for many, served as a little extra thing added to the mix. While some storylines have been added to the novels which were never part of the books, there are so many characters who got cut, many stories together with them gone, all in order to make a more streamlined stories, while also making more room for some of the more essential characters in the series. Thus, as an aftermath, we get a little more depth to the characters foretold about, adding that much more of themselves to the actual story happening in the present, with all of them in it. Some of the most significant characters who didn't make it to the show at all include Jewish natural scientist Lawrence Stern, Nakog Nawedo, the village chief of the Tuscarora people, Jamie's cousin Alexander Fraser, Mr. Bainbridge, an Inverness solicitor, the Australian musician Johannes Gerstmann, Lady Annabelle McCunnarock, the wife of Marcus, and many more. Why does Claire marry John Grey? One of the biggest plot points in the whole series that many fans have gotten perplexed by is the fact that Claire married John. First off, it is clear that Claire is in love with Jamie, and everyone knows that Jamie is the one with whom Claire should be with. And secondly, it is clear that John Grey is also in love with Jamie. So why does Claire marry John Grey? Well, in April 1778, John receives news that Jamie's ship has sunk. Rushing to tell Claire, they both assume that Jamie is gone, dead from the accident. John then runs into Captain Richardson, who intends to arrest Claire for espionage, and John tells her that they should marry for her protection. Because he loves Jamie, he sees this as the last act of love he can do for his friend Jamie. Many fans were also wondering if Claire and Jamie die in the books. While both of them have had their fair share of brushes with death throughout the series, they are both characters who are very much alive. Jamie was presumed dead after his ship sunk, but even though both John and Claire mourned his death, they discover that he is very much alive, spinning the whole story into chaos, with some drama and fallout surrounding the whole thing, as with any other series from this genre in the industry.
Right from that moment I fell off the horse and woke up in the dark, looking up at your face.
On a related note, tell us down in the comments below, what do you like the most about this series if you have watched it already? And if you haven't, did we have any help in making your decision to watch it sometime in the near future? Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.